Stop. Just stop. Stop explaining yourself to people who have already decided they don't want to understand you. Stop justifying your choices to those who only listen to twist your words. Stop giving your energy to people who are looking for reasons to doubt, criticize, or manipulate you. You feel that, don't you? That weight? That exhausting, draining feeling of constantly having to prove yourself? That's because you've been feeding demons. Not in the way you think. No horns, no tails, no fire. These demons live in people. They show up as self-doubt, jealousy, insecurity, and control. They don't want truth. They want power over your mind. But today, right now, you are going to take that power back. Imagine for a second if you just stopped explaining yourself. Imagine what would happen if you refused to argue, refused to justify, refused to lower your frequency to match theirs. You would finally be free. Free to rise, free to grow, free to be who you were meant to be without asking for permission. And that's what today is about. It's about reclaiming your energy, your focus, your destiny. Because if you don't stop explaining yourself to demons and people, you'll never walk in the full power of who you are meant to be. 6 key notes on stop explaining yourself to demons and people. Some people are committed to misunderstanding you. No matter how well you explain, they have already decided their version of you, and they won't change it because it serves their agenda. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey. Your growth, dreams, and mindset will always be incomprehensible to those who choose to live small and operate from a place of fear, insecurity, or ego. Your energy is your currency. Protect it. Every explanation, every justification, every attempt to prove yourself drains you. Instead of wasting energy on the wrong audience, invest it in your vision. Demons and people feed off your need for validation. The more you seek to be understood, the more power you give to those who manipulate, doubt, and criticize you. Walk with certainty, not desperation. Silence is a weapon, not a weakness. When you stop explaining yourself, you take control of the narrative. People will either adjust or expose themselves as obstacles. Either way, you win. You don't need permission to be great. Those who can't handle your power will always try to make you feel guilty for having it. Rise anyway. Detailed breakdown of key point number 1. Some people are committed to misunderstanding you. There's a harsh truth you need to understand. Some people are not interested in who you actually are. They are only interested in who they need you to be in their story. It doesn't matter how many times you explain yourself, justify your choices, or clarify your actions. They have already decided their truth, and it serves them to keep seeing you in a certain way. Maybe they see you as a villain because it makes them feel better about their own shortcomings. Maybe they label you as selfish because your boundaries remind them of their lack of self-respect. Maybe they pretend you're arrogant because your confidence threatens their insecurity. Whatever it is, understand that their version of you is not your responsibility. You could waste years trying to prove yourself to people who are emotionally invested in misunderstanding you. Every time you defend yourself, they twist your words. Every time you open up, they use it against you. Every time you try to set the record straight, they create a new lie. Why? Because it's not about truth. It's about control. The moment you stop playing their game, they lose their grip. Think about it. Why do you feel the need to explain yourself? Is it because you truly want to connect and be understood? Or is it because deep down, you still crave their approval? If you're honest, you'll realize that most of the time, your explanations come from a place of fear. The fear of being judged, the fear of being disliked, the fear of losing people. But let me tell you something. The right people don't need explanations. The wrong people don't deserve them. When you stop explaining yourself, something powerful happens. You take back your energy. You stop seeking permission. You stop shrinking to fit into other people's small perceptions of you. You start living with certainty. And certainty is magnetic. It intimidates weak minds and attracts strong ones. So the next time someone questions you, doubts you, or distorts your truth, ask yourself, do they actually want to understand me, or are they just looking for another reason to control my narrative? If it's the latter, walk away. You owe no one an explanation for your evolution. Key point 2. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey. There's a frustrating reality you need to accept. Most people will not understand your journey, and they're not supposed to. Your vision, your drive, your hunger for something greater will always seem foreign to those who have chosen to settle. Think about it. If you've ever shared a big dream with the wrong person, you've seen that look in their eyes. Confusion, skepticism, maybe even judgment. They ask questions like, why would you do that? Are you sure that's realistic? What if you fail? But here's what's really happening. They're not questioning you. They're projecting their own fears, limitations, and insecurities onto you. Because if they admit that your dreams are possible, they have to face the painful truth that they've been playing small. And that's uncomfortable. Your growth is a mirror. It forces people to see their own stagnation. And most people don't like what they see. So instead of cheering you on, they try to pull you back down. Not because they hate you, but because your elevation threatens their comfort. Understand this: your path is yours alone. No one else was given the vision you have. No one else feels the fire inside you. No one else wakes up with your calling in their soul. So why would you expect them to understand it? You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. And you definitely don't need their permission. The moment you stop expecting people to get it, the moment you release the need to explain yourself, you free yourself. You free yourself from doubt, from hesitation, from waiting for others to believe in you before you take action. Your purpose isn't up for debate. You were built for something bigger. And the ones who are truly meant to walk with you, they won't need an explanation. They'll just know. Key point 3, your energy is your currency. Protect it. Energy is everything. It's the force behind your actions, your mindset, your ability to push through challenges. It determines the quality of your thoughts, your emotions, and ultimately, your life. But here's the problem. Most people are spending their energy in all the wrong places. Every time you explain yourself to someone who refuses to understand you, you're spending energy. Every time you argue with someone committed to misunderstanding you, you're spending energy. Every time you try to convince people of your worth, your vision, your choices, you are draining yourself. Imagine you have a bank account, but instead of money, it holds your energy. Every day, you have a limited amount to spend. Now ask yourself, where is it going? Is it being invested in your goals, your growth, your future? Or is it being wasted on people who question your every move? On negativity, on self-doubt? When you stop explaining yourself, you stop making withdrawals on things that don't serve you. You start protecting your energy the way you protect your money. You become intentional about where it goes. You learn that not every battle is worth fighting, not every opinion is worth entertaining, and not every person is worth your response. And when you do that, you unlock an unstoppable level of focus, power, and peace. Because the less energy you waste on the wrong people, the more you have to build the life you were meant to live. Key point 4. Demons and people feed off your need for validation. There's a dangerous trap that keeps people stuck. The need to be understood, accepted, and validated by the wrong people. The moment you start explaining yourself to someone who has already made up their mind about you, you've lost. Not because you're wrong, but because you've just handed them power. Now they control the conversation. Now they decide if you're worthy of being accepted. Now they get to play judge over your life. And here's what you need to understand. There are people out there who thrive on making you doubt yourself. They don't want clarity, they want control, they don't want truth, they want to keep you uncertain, because as long as you keep explaining, justifying, and seeking their approval, you're feeding them. Think about the people who have doubted you the most. The ones who have criticized your dreams, questioned your choices, or made you feel small. Were they really trying to help you, or were they trying to keep you under their influence? When you stop explaining yourself, you cut off their supply. You stop giving them the reaction they crave. You stop letting them dictate how you see yourself. And when they no longer have access to your energy, they either fall away or reveal their true nature. Your need for validation is like a chain. Break it, and you free yourself from their grip. Walk boldly in your truth. Let them doubt. Let them gossip. Let them misunderstand you. It's not your job to correct them. It's your job to rise anyway.